Hackers targeted political figures like Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Kamala Harris. And officials now say it's likely that every single American may have had their information stolen. The foreign agents were able to read encrypted text messages, tap call records, and listen in on audio recordings. Telecommunication giants like Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile are just some of the companies attacked. So that gives you a scope of what we're talking about here. Joining us now to discuss the severity of the cyber attack is CEO of Secure Anchor and former CIA hacker, Eric Cole. Boy, you've had quite the career, and you're a great person to talk to about this, Eric. You know, what do you see as the significance of this attack as it relates to national security? I mean, I think we're all concerned about, did they get our social security numbers? Did they get personal information? But what about national security?
Yeah, to me, it's a wake-up call, because we knew for a while that the Chinese were very, very advanced and launching these attacks. Seoul Typhoon has been going on for 6 years. And it's actually not directly run by the government. There's 3 Chinese corporations that are funded by the government that are launching these attacks. Imagine companies with thousands of employees where their only job 7 days a week is to target America, target our information, and target our data. So yes, this is very, very concerning, especially when you look at getting access to the president's cell phone, the vice president's email, and other political information. This is very, very damaging, and something that we need to take seriously and start making cybersecurity a top priority.
Okay, so you were a hacker with the CIA. I mean, I could talk to you for hours about that. I'd like to learn more. But, you know, how hard is it? How difficult is it to pull something off like this, of this magnitude? We're talking about nearly every American, possibly. Tell us about how they do it.
The scary part, and I wish it wasn't true, it's a lot easier than you realize. It's a lot simpler to access that information and data, because just think of how much information we're storing online and giving away for free. Most people, when they're using social media, their accounts are public. That means everyone, including the Chinese, North Korea, Russians, can gather and get all of that information without even having to hack. And then we're using old passwords. A lot of our systems aren't patched and out of date. So the reality is it's a lot simpler and easier for them to get access to the information. The bigger question is, what are they going to do with all this information? Because imagine data on every single American. That's a lot of information, right? That's a lot of data. So the bigger concern is, what is the longer term inference attack that they're trying to do by gathering all of that data?
Right. And when we talk about every American, I mean, you got to wonder what they're looking for. You know, Joe in Oklahoma. I mean, what are they looking for when you're going down to, you know, just the average person posting pictures about their kids and the soccer games?
The big thing there is really on financial fraud. Because if I can get his information, essentially to open up a credit card, you need social security number, you need address, you need phone number. And a lot of these you can open up, like you've probably gone to retail stores and you're checking out and they're like, oh, we'll give you a 10% discount if you'd open up a credit card. Very easy, very quick. And usually if you stay under $3,000, it doesn't get detected right away. So not only the Chinese trying to steal information, but they're financially driven. So the average person's social security number, so they can open up accounts, drive up credit, and do financial fraud, is one of the primary drivers.
Wow, that is really scary. You know, Russian and North Korean actors have this long history of committing cyber crimes against the U.S., right, when we go back and look at history. And leaders from all 3 countries met this week for China's military parade in Beijing, with Trump posting on Truth Social, quote, "May President Xi and the wonderful people of China have a great and lasting day of celebration. Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as you conspire against the United States of America." All right, so we've got that. You know, what do you think? Is U.S. intelligence able to compete with these forces, or what do you make of Trump's post there?
He is spot on. The only thing I would have added to his post was he should have said conspire against America in cyberspace, because that's really what they're talking about. I mean, this is terrifying. The 2 most dominant players when it comes to hacking and attacks against the U.S. are Russia and China. They're advanced, they're sophisticated, they have significant money. And the fact that they're talking and teaming up is hard, because, yes, we have great military and intelligence folks and people defending our nation. But when you're taking the 2 top tier entities in cyber attacks and combining them against America, it's not really a fair battle.
All right. If you could give me like a 10-second answer for the average person, what should we do? Do we need to change our passwords all the time?
So don't use passwords. Use two-factor authentication.
Okay.
Don't click on links, and make all your social media profiles private, not public.
All right. We'll take that in mind. Cybersecurity expert Eric Cole, thank you very much for joining us on this really important topic. Thank you. We'll check back in with you. And CrimeCon 2025 is in full swing.